Welcome to Channelside Bets with your hosts, Nikki Gist, Chip Settle, and L. Bushman.
And welcome, everybody, to another live edition of Channelside Bets presented to you by Channelside Sports. Make sure to go to our YouTube page and smash that subscribe button and hit that notification bell, too, as well, to get all the newest episodes that come out from us each and every week from Sunday, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Chip, Nikki, good morning to you. How's it going? I will say this before we get into our show today. We want to give our thoughts and prayers out to the families down south in the Northport, Naples, Fort Myers, down south area where they've affected by the Hurricane Ian, which came through my state and Chip and I state this past week, where there's a lot of devastation. So if you can, give some help, donations. There are a lot of people affected by the storm that have no power, have no homes, and may have lost a young one here and there. So, it's been some pretty crazy this past week. The hurricanes just making things all kinds of weird and stuff like that. So, we want to give our thoughts and prayers out to them. But, hey, we are in NFL Week 4, and as we speak, there is a game going on right now. And Mario, London, England, we've got the Minnesota Vikings and the New Orleans Saints facing off right now. And I believe the score is 18 or 16-7 right now still. As the Minnesota Vikings are winning, beating the New Orleans Saints. But before we get into that, let's do the recap of our Thursday night football game between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Miami Dolphins. So Tua basically got leveled out. He got a concussion and a neck injury. There's been some discussions about if he should have been in the game because maybe he got a head injury when they were playing the Buffalo Bills the week before that. And, of course, it was such a short week. Protocols and coaching and people should be fired. All this discussion has been going on all week long, and kind of wanted to get your guys' take about what your thought was about the whole Tua situation down in Miami. Should he have been put in the game? Did Miami break any kind of protocols at all? Did they make the right decision of putting him in there after a short week, even though apparently he didn't have a head injury? Nikki, Chip, what are your thoughts about Tua and the Thursday night football game?
That was scary to watch, right? Like just watching it, I was like, oh my God, right? That's that moment where it kind of like puts everything in perspective a little bit, puts his game in perspective. I know we all have podcasts and we come on here and talk about betting and daily fantasy, but it's watching things like that where it really does put the game into perspective. I do believe they fired the independent consultant, correct?
They did. Yes, they did this past week.
Was evaluating him for several mistakes. So, listen, I know they're saying he did not have a head injury, but it certainly looked like something else was going on and that he did. And he probably obviously should not have been playing.
Yeah, I think that, and the problem is, and quarterback, obviously, the most important position on the field. And if you're even kind of making decisions and you're hurt or you're not in a clear state of mind, it puts you in a position to where obviously you can be injured more. And what we saw with Tua, obviously, that Sunday is he got up, he was wobbly, fell back down. So, I mean, you knew automatically that something wasn't running correctly or something. He was missing some signals or his brain and his head, nothing was really going in the right direction. So I think more care obviously should have been taken in that situation than to have it repeat, and have him hit his head again. He was kind of thrown down to the ground pretty violently. It's just a scary, and like Nikki, you said, it's just scary. You saw everybody around him in Cincinnati, his teams, everybody's helmets were off. When you bring out the backboard, and they get it onto the field, it just becomes so much more serious, I think. And everybody kind of exhales. And once you hear the things afterwards that he's okay and he's getting back together and things are going, better. It's just scary in that moment. And like you said, Nikki, you realize that obviously this is a game. You want people to be healthy afterwards, and the concussion protocol and CTE and a lot of things that the NFL is trying to get better at. I hope they can find middle ground and get a better policy in place, because they've already lost a lot of good athletes and people in communities. Junior Seau always rings a bell with me, and just other people that were so great for the game that this game takes a lot out of those guys that are on the field every weekend and kind of, giving up their bodies and a lot of other things. They get paid handsomely, obviously, but at the end of the day, you want these guys to be able to walk away from the game, have made their money, be with their family, be with their kids, and be with the community and team that they've given so much to. So, I just think that hopefully Tua can get straightened out and his care be taken care of, and he can get back to football, hopefully.
Let me ask you both a question. I know a lot of the talking heads this week were kind of pointing fingers everywhere about, who should be really blamed for this. I mean,
Yeah.
can you put a finger on anybody to blame? Because obviously after the Buffalo game, they were saying he had no head injury whatsoever. He wasn't in concussion protocol. If he did, he passed concussion protocol. So is there anybody really to blame in the situation this past Thursday after this game? Now, obviously, you can point fingers everywhere, but is there somebody's job? Obviously, the independent consultant was fired. That's one person that was gone. But, all the people on ESPN and Fox Sports are just trying to put the blame game to somebody in general, saying, hey, the coaches should be blamed, the front office should be blamed. Is there really any one person that should be blamed for all this, or is this a combination of everything where, look, he may have passed concussion protocol, the independent consultant said he was good to go, the offensive line maybe should be blamed for this too as well, for letting him get sacked like that. But I mean, is there really anybody to blame for this, or is it just, look, it's part of the game? He got hit pretty hard, and that's the type of injury he had.
I think it's probably a bunch of factors, right? Like, yes, the offensive line and maybe, the doctors and the coaching staff. And I know he got cleared, but, maybe it is protocol too. Is there like a fail safe in place, right? It's like when you're on a plane and one engine goes down. Well, we know that you can keep going with one more. So like, what is the backup plan? And I know that they are working on that. And I know there's some news on that, we'll get into, but I think it's just a combination of things. And to your point, it unfortunately is part of this game. It's a very violent game, and that's the risk that you take. But if we can keep players safe and there's other ways to do it, then they should absolutely change the protocol.
Yeah. And I just think the only thing I think you can do is you just have, more layers to it. And I mean, that's kind of, and I don't know how they're going to go about doing that, but I mean, you have an independent consultant, you have a team doctor, you have so many things in place. I guess the question is, or that I'm wondering, when they're going through these protocols, like, is this more, is it more lean towards obviously the team knowing that, hey, this is our quarterback, this is our number one guy, he runs everything. We want to make sure he's okay, but we really need him in the game. And I guess the only way we're going to figure that out is that in the examination, like, do you have a member of the press like monitoring this, or like, I don't know what else you can do. I think they're trying to you almost have to have a monitor to monitor the monitors, which there's so many guys that are already in there. I don't know what else they can do, but I hope they find something to add that can protect the players more, but also obviously make sure that, everything gets checked out before they get back into a game.
Chip, I'm glad that you brought up the point about, hey, this is our guy. He's leading us in our team. Miami's off to a hot start, 3-0 for the first time in a while. Do we really want to mess that up? And I look at it this way. It's like, yeah, you can say that point too, but if this is your guy, this is your quarterback for hopefully the next 10 to 15 years. And if he did not have a concussion after the Bills game, then he's good to go. If he did, and they're maybe covering up something, that maybe something out of the blue will come up maybe after the season's over or in the offseason of next year. But are you willing to risk him, getting hurt again if he had a concussion but didn't report it the week before that? You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah, well, and now you look people and like you said earlier, El Bushman, this week has just been talking heads. You got people now sometimes near Tua who are like, holy cow, if he gets another concussion, is he going to be able to do this anymore? Is he, so then you go, well, crap, dude, this guy's been in the league for what, 2 years, 3 years?
Yeah.
And now he's just now hitting his stride. They've got a team around him that is finally looks like it can suit him. And now you've had supposedly or maybe 2 concussions back to back in less than a week's time. So I mean, it's a slippery slope now if you're the Dolphins, and you got to figure out, what's the next play. You have to run the team, but you also have to keep the players' interest at hand as well. So it's a difficult situation for everybody involved in the NFL. I feel like they had to do something different because seeing it, that's all we did from Thursday, Sunday to Thursday, see the replays of Tua get knocked down, stumble, fall down, get back up, and then have his next head injury. So they just had to do something, and I hope it gets better, obviously, moving forward.
Nikki, when do you think we can expect Tua back on the field?
I mean, I just it's like you guys said, if this is your quarterback of the future, I mean, take your time. I understand that you're 3-0, but you cannot compromise this kid. Like you just can't. So I would hope they would take their time. I absolutely sincerely hope they do not rush him back. So I mean, if he needs a few weeks, give him a few weeks. Like there's more important things, right, than just winning a football game.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, if you're gonna take your time, don't take too much time because Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill's fantasy stock might plummet as with Teddy Bridgewater.
Yes, they might.
Just saying. All right, let's go into week 4 NFL news. What do we got for the news this week, Nikki?
All right, so for this week, I know we just talked about Tua and the independent consultant that got fired, but I will just piggyback off of that. So the NFL and the players union released a statement yesterday. They were saying that modifications to concussion protocol are needed to enhance player safety. They expect to interview Tua early this week, and they expect the investigation to take approximately 1 to 2 weeks. However, new protocols look like it will be anytime any player demonstrates any instability, they will not be allowed to return to the game, and they expect that protocol to be into effect as early as week 5 or week 6. So we will give you more on that. In some lighter news, Antonio Brown decided he was going to flash everybody in a pool in Dubai. And also, how do newscasters do this? Because I would like to laugh. Pleasure himself and dunk a poor hotel guest into a pool. He then did the classic PR move and went on Twitter and completely deflected from the fact that he did all of that. I can't believe he didn't get arrested, right? Can't you get arrested in Dubai for this stuff?
Yeah, I think you're supposed to, aren't you?
Yeah.
I mean, I think that would be the deal there. Well, this is a guy, obviously concussions. Why don't we take a look? And I mean, something's got to be wrong there, right?
Yeah, I would think so. And if you did not see the unedited picture, it is floating around. So you can find that on Twitter if that's your
there you go.
jam right there. It looks like Dak Prescott may be back for the Rams game. He did have his stitches removed. He was throwing the football at practice. And unfortunately, Joey Bosa looks like he will be out for 8 to 10 weeks, which is a shame that this family can just not stay healthy. And that's about it for week 4.
All right. Thank you, Nikki, for NFL news for week 4. Yeah, I saw the Antonio Brown stuff and crazy.
What else? Yeah,
I am surprised they didn't. Is he still in Dubai? Because I'm surprised he hasn't gotten arrested and put in jail there. Because you can get arrested in Dubai for flicking a booger out of your nose.
Yeah,
the laws there are so strict. I'm surprised nothing has happened just yet. Because the graphic video and photos was just, dude.
I was like, did he know this lady? He just takes her and I just couldn't believe apparently there was more to it. The guys around the pool were egging him on to do this. And not that he was traveling with them. They were just other random guys at this pool. So I don't know. But Antonio Brown, I sincerely hope you get the help you need because you clearly need some help.
Somehow he'll blame it on Tom Brady and Bruce Arians. Somehow. He'll blame it on them.
He's blaming it on kind of. Did you guys see the tweets that he went off and started tweeting about?
No, I did not. I try not to follow Antonio Brown, so no.
He's kind of blaming it on African American players being guinea pigs for CTE. So in a weird way, it was are you admitting that you have it? I'm not quite sure. So yeah, not sure.
Okay, all right.
That's all we got. I know Nikki mentioned some injuries to guys. I know that I can piggyback. I think Dak Prescott might be ruled out today. Don't think he's going to play today, or at least that's what I'm seeing right now. DeAndre Swift, David Montgomery, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Keenan Allen, AJ Green, Jameis Winston, Alvin Kamara. They were all out earlier. DJ Chark, Hunter Renfrow, Jacoby Myers, Kadarius Toney, Michael Thomas, and Mac Jones. All people who are out. Game time decisions right now. True game time decisions. Julio Jones, Godwin. I think Cordero Patterson's going to be in. Laviska Shenault Jr. is a game time decision. And then you've got expected to plays. You got guys that were questionable or coming in right now. It looks like they're going to be Gabe Davis, Buffalo is going to go. Dalton Schultz, McCaffrey, Marquise Brown, Rondell Moore, Dawson Knox, Zay Jones, MVS, Russell Gage.
And the list keeps getting longer and longer each and every single week.
But I'll continue. We'll check in and see what the story is. But we talked about this last week, Al Bushman, and you said that injuries now just starting to pile up like a lot. So who knows? Hopefully we can have a decent week of football and not lose too many players again. But injury reports, the Bucs just keep the meat wagon by the sideline. No need to park it. Just keep it there. But everybody's getting healthy now, so
yeah. And and people are coming back from suspensions too. So speaking of the Bucs, let's go over our prospective teams from last week, the Giants, Falcons, and Bucs performances. Should we do ladies first about the Giants? Should we give our grades for last week? Nick, you want to go for the Giants?
Ladies first.
Yeah, let's go Giants. Sure. Performances last week with your New York Football Giants.
Okay. O-line, F. Wide receivers, milk carton. Where the hell are you? Kenny Galladay. I don't know why you even bother. Daniel Jones. Listen, everybody stop hating on him. I think for last week, he did the best that he could. I mean, he was pressured so much on Monday night. Yeah. The defense, just not great. Okay. And everybody came at me and said, oh, Nikki, you're not a true Giants fan. You're taking the Cowboys and the points. And I told you so. They play horrible on Monday night. And thank God that's the only one. Thank God, because I can't take it. Overall, I give it a D, but I think this week is a good matchup for a bounce back.
All right, Chip.
Good. Well, nothing, buddy. Like I said, they had a lot of points coming in. I said take the Falcons. I mean, so Evan, you took the Falcons with me, so we won. Cordero Patterson obviously is just continuing to be the Falcons' focal point. He did great last week. I think he had close to 140 yards rushing. Did have some receiving. Kyle Pitts got into the mix finally. Started to get in receiving. I think he had 5 catches, 87 yards. He had 8 targets, so he led the targets. So Falcons offense starting to turn it around. Defense, obviously, I think we ended up giving up 23. Did have a couple of interceptions. Richie Grant, AJ Terrell. So a couple of guys came alive and they were able to nail it down. So the Falcons trending up. Like I know talking about it a lot, last week and played a decent game against Seattle, running into Cleveland today, which I'm a little on the fence on here. I don't know. We'll have to see when we get to pick'ems, spreads and whatnot, but the Falcons are trending better. The younger players on defense starting to pick it up and starting to get a pass rush. So overall Falcons, I'm going to B+ it, dude. They went to Seattle and won, came away with a victory, tried to give it away towards the end a little bit, but we were able to hang on.
Chip, are we to the point where the Falcons could be an underrated team, or are we not there yet?
Well, I don't know if we're there yet. We're still 1-2. I think if you beat Cleveland today at home, I think you're starting to edge up. But also, this is a team that it's not led by your starting quarterback. It's not, you got to think about that. But we'll see. I think Jadeveon Clowney and Myles Garrett are both going to be out today, which helps the Falcons tremendously. Mm-hmm. So we'll have to see. But I think if they can win today at home, you start to maybe just wash them around in the mouth a little, see how it tastes, to maybe elevate them a little bit, bring them up a smidge.
Where do I start with the Buccaneers?
Call the ambulance, call the hospital, call everybody.
Well, listen, if you can hold Aaron Rodgers to 14 points. That's a win-win. Like the defense looks great.
Yes.
Let's not take anything away from the defense. They look phenomenal. They've been doing their job, the past 3 weeks already. It's just the offense it's been terrible. Like flat, terrible. Now, obviously, there's so many factors going into that with injuries and Mike Evans being suspended last week. Offensive line issues. Tom Brady just looks miserable out there. He looks like he shouldn't be there. He maybe should have stayed retired. I don't know. I don't know at this point. I'm really not looking forward to today's game against Kansas City. I mean, if you have Tom Brady, sit him against Kansas City. I have no confidence in this offense right now. Like Leonard Fournette promises touchdowns for fantasy owners, but like I just don't see them coming. Like I don't, and I don't want to use the word inept, but they're inept right now, and they're porous and they're lackluster. So all those adjectives that describe the Bucs offense right now it's not a confidence booster when going against Kansas City right now. And I know, look, if Bucs fan, I know we're part of Channelside Sports, which is Tampa Bay centric, and we have tons of Bucs fans and everything. But look, reality is reality. Like I wouldn't hit any kind of panic button or anything, but you need to have those offensive playmakers back. And look, Cole Beasley. We have Cole Beasley activated for today. That's how in shambles our wide receiving core is right now, with all the injuries and all that. So overall grade. Defense, I'll give you a B+. Offensive side, I'm going to give you a D-, maybe a C. So, yeah.
Still waiting for Tom Brady because I took him in fantasy. Great pick, and just not doing very well.
It's not panning out, man. I don't know. No. Maybe, and obviously we've talked about this before. Tom Brady has slow starts. Yeah. But come on, man. Like throw us a bone, Tommy. Please. Yeah. Throw us a bone.
I mean, he just looks like he doesn't want to be there, at all whatsoever.
He just looks sad. It's sad, Tom Brady. And like his press conferences aren't even fun anymore. He just gets up there. He looks tired. He looks just like, I need to go eat avocado ice cream. Like it just,
maybe a carb, maybe a piece of bread will help him out. Maybe a burger, nice cheeseburger on a Sunday afternoon.
Who was it that was a quarterback that was eating hot dog? Well, Mark Sanchez used to eat hot dogs on the sidelines. Like have a hot dog.
Oh.
Yeah.
Even if it's like
do something out of the norm. Yeah. Get the joy back in your life because right now it doesn't look like not having fun.
Yeah. Drunk Tom Brady's great.
He's fun. He's fun. We've
avocado ice cream. Tom Brady looks like he can't move.
Avocado ice cream. Yep.
All right. Before we get into week 4, who are heroes and villains for last week for week 3? I'm not going to lie. Every time I play that, I get goosebumps.
You like it. Yeah.
All right. Heroes and villains from last week. Who are our week 3 heroes and villains?
Let's see. Heroes. Well, running backs, right? We talked about how some of them were not great, the week before, but Khalil Herbert had a nice day. Jamal Williams had a nice day. Hey, if you had Derrick Henry, nice day for you. So those are a couple of my heroes. In terms of some villains, this is a personal attack because I have all 3 of these guys: AJ Dillon, Jerry Jeudy, and Joe Mixon. F off. You really did me dirty in week 3.
I can't fantasy now. And last week I think it was the Minnesota train. I hopped off the Russell Wilson and I said Kirk Cousins, and he still didn't do very well. So I'm just going to stop naming offenses in general because it's just not good. So, Kirk Cousins is on my super flex team. He's my second quarterback behind Tom Brady. And as you can tell, the year has started off really good, 0-3. So that's my villains thus far. Hero, I already mentioned him. Cordell Patterson, I wish I could have drafted him. I had no idea what the Falcons were his role was going to be. Maybe the same. I thought it was going to change, but now it looks like with injuries, he's going to be that same guy again. And I wish I would have taken him because he was available late in our draft, I think around the 10th or 11th round. And to have a guy, I think last week he put up 17 or 18 fantasy points. Mm-hmm. That's unbelievable production, and a guy you get in the 10th or 11th round. So hero, definitely Cordero Patterson.
I have two heroes from last week. James Robinson has been so consistent the first 3 weeks of the season. He's definitely been a hero for me. And Nikki, yes, you hit the nail right on the head. Khalil Herbert from Chicago was just a shining star in my lineup last week. He got me 30 fantasy points, which if you fantasy owners read anything on Google, there was a report that came out during the offseason where the Chicago Bears saying David Montgomery might not fit in their offensive scheme. And I was like, that might be a good tidbit to know in fantasy football drafts. So I picked up Khalil Herbert and had put him in my flex last week, and I reaped the benefits. So I have James Robinson and also Khalil Herbert. Fantasy villains, I'm definitely going to roll with Leonard Fournette. Poo-poo on you. I hate you, and I hate the Bucs offense right now. So, Leonard Fournette, you are my villain from last week. All right. That's been our heroes and villains from last week for week 4. Let's go into the lines and our matchups for this week. I know we skipped a couple segments. We'll go back to those, but let's go into our lines for this week. Let's go through our matchups. Boom. Right now, the New Orleans Saints have taken a lead 22-19 with 9:21 left in the fourth quarter. So, the Saints have come back in that matchup. Surprising.
That's ridiculous. Did anybody take the Saints today?
I know. I took this. I took the Vikings.
I took the Vikings as well. Okay,
I
good.
need to have a good week. So,
you haven't won. You lose every week. I mean,
yes, I know.
You have to win one.
Maybe.
So why not this week?
She's already got a lead on us, L. Bushman, for taking the Bengal.
Yes.
Okay. Well, yes. Okay. All right. That's fine. Okay.
So.
All right, let's go into your matchup, Chip. The Falcons and the Browns. The Browns are a 1-point favorite, and the over-under is 48.
I mean, I was very excited. I wanted to see the point totals and stuff before I started to talk. I think Cleveland wins the football game, unfortunately, but I would take the 1.5, and I think this is probably going to be an over game, I believe, but I'm gonna stick with Cleveland, although I'll be pulling for the Falcons.
Okay, I'm gonna take the points. I'm gonna take the over on this, and I'm actually taking Atlanta on this one.
Are you?
I am. I'm taking Atlanta. So
I'm gonna have to marinate on that because
you should marinate that.
I might be flip flopped on that.
Okay,
we'll see.
Isn't that you have like another hour, so it's okay.
Yep, we got an hour.
You got an hour. It's all right. Nikki, what do you think on this?
No, I'm going to lay the points and take Cleveland.
Okay. All right. I like that. All right. The Buffalo Bills and the Ravens. The Bills are a 3-point favorites. The over-under is 50. I like it all across the board. I like this. What do you guys think?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think the Ravens, the points, the over. I'll take it all.
Yeah. Yeah. Ravens, points, and over.
All right.
3. Yep. Give it to the Baltimore Ravens. See what happens.
Yep.
All right, Nikki, your favorite team, the Dallas Cowboys, are 3-point favorite against the Washington Commanders today. The over-under is 41. Do you like this matchup? It's an NFC East matchup, so.
I don't. I think Dallas is going to win, but I would not – personally, I would not bet this just because I know how these matchups go. So, no, I wouldn't touch this one.
Okay. Chip?
I mean, division rivalry is always fun. Over under of 41. Goo.
Yeah.
Goo.
Yeah. Where's the goo sound effect?
Well, there was a hurricane this week.
Oh, right.
So I wasn't able to do that.
I right.
So, I mean, I still think I agree with you. There you go. I think Dallas wins, but it'll be interesting to say the least.
All right. I'm agreeing with Nikki. I don't like this at all.
No.
Yeah.
It's goo is definitely.
There you go.
Great. Yeah, that's great. We like that. Yeah.
All right, let's watch our next matchup. The Seahawks and the Detroit Lions. The Lions are actually a 3-point favorite in this, and the over/under is 48. I picked it.
Missing a ton of people though, dude. You're missing Swift. You're missing Amon St. Brown. You're missing. I mean,
this could go under. I can see that going under the 48. But at the 3 points, man.
Detroit covers. I'm going to roll with Detroit covering until they don't, which they have been. So Detroit will cover.
Okay, man. Okay, let's do it.
The Falcons just beat Seattle, so that shows you what kind of shambles Seattle's in right now. So, I mean, I would probably agree with Nikki on this and just roll and just scale. Hey, till the wheels come off. You know, they got Jamal Williams. They've got some other wide receivers, obviously, that can step up. I think T.J. Hawkinson has a good day today. T.J. Hawkinson. So, yeah, get him in your lineups. I think he's actually. I don't know if he's a good value today in fantasy on DraftKings. Let's take a quick look. Oh, he's a decent value. I mean, he's probably one of the upper tight ends, it looks like, at 4,100, but should have a good day today with Amon St. Brown not being there.
All right, our next matchup, which to me, I could see them being the 6-point favorite, but the LA's been really point challenged. I mean, they haven't been scoring a lot of points. They have injuries all over the place. Austin Eckler hasn't found the end zone at all. This should be an easy matchup for the run game because Houston's porous run defense. I don't like the 6 points, and I don't like the 45.5. I don't like any of it. To me, it's a I don't like it.
No.
Doesn't like
I
it.
don't like that. No, I don't really like it.
this.
You want to trust the Chargers, right? Like
right.
Yeah.
Money wants to say, like, yeah, they'll do this, but I just can't. And that's too much. That's too big for me. No.
Yeah, 6 points. To me, they've been very underwhelming this whole season so far. And just them and the Raiders have been both underwhelming so far. And poo-poo on
I think,
Austin.
6 points. I agree, too much. They'll win the football game, but like you said, you really got to question. They lost their starting tackle, Slater, so he's out. You just got to find, like Nikki mentioned earlier, defense took a hit with Bosa. So just kind of reeling a little bit after Jacksonville beat him. So hopefully, although I got to say, I would love to see Davis Mills and Houston pull it all together.
I was just thinking that too. This could be like an upset game. This could be an upset game.
I mean, the air is kind of feeling a little right for that, I think. So we'll see.
Hurricane wins. Like hurricane wins there, Chip.
There you go.
Wins. All right. Our next matchup, the Tennessee Titans going against the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts Colts a 4-point favorite in this, and the over-under is 43. I'll go across the board with this one. I think the Colts really got a shot in the arm by beating Kansas City, so I can see them beating the Titans this week. What are you guys' thoughts on the over-under and the points on this one?
I actually don't like this one.
I don't like it
It is good for me. I really I'm not, and I was so high on Indy. I wish they would get it together so you don't make me look like a fool. This literally could go either way, like flip a coin. I just feel like it's going to be a sloppy mess. I just don't like it.
All right.
Yeah, I'm the same way. The Colts are supposed to have one of the best offensive lines in football, and Matt Ryan has been sacked. I think he's in the top 5. So, I think if I was going to gamble on this one, I'd take points.
Yeah.
And I'd take Tennessee, and I'd probably take the under maybe.
Under.
But yeah, both these teams, Derrick Henry, like we said, did have a good week last week, but just off to a slow start. And I really wanted Indy, obviously Matt Ryan, dear to my heart. I wanted him to go to a place where he could have a good next year, and all that's kind of falling apart. So I want Indy to get it in gear, just like you said, Nikki, move it or lose it,
Yeah, really.
But I could see Tennessee taking the points and taking the game as well.
All right, Nikki, your New York Giants are replacing the Chicago Bears today. They are a 2.5-point favorite. The over-under is 38.5.
Go! 38! Go!
All right, so Giants win, Giants cover, and take the under. Giants have been under in 21 of their last 28 meetings. And oddly enough, the home team always wins this matchup, even though the Giants are not great at MetLife in terms of fantasy. Mark it down, start Saquon, and start Khalil Herbert.
Okay, all right.
I went out on a limb last week for the Giants, even though knowing it was Monday Night Football and they always lose to the Cowboys. And I knew it, and I lost, and I'm not happy about it. So, Nikki, you're telling me the home team always wins this?
This matchup, yeah, the home team wins. And I think Chicago's 2-6 against the spread, so not great.
This is coin flip central. I mean, you're pretty close probably on all, although, all right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it again. And this is it. This is the last straw. I'm not doing it after this. I'm going to take the Giants. I'm going to take the under, which is disgusting at 38.5, and roll with the G-Man. Holy crap. Somebody send me to a neurosurgeon.
Would you, one is available. He just got fired. Would you?
Yes, that is true. He'll need he'll need a job here pretty soon.
He'll need a client. So,
There we go. All right. Our next matchup, the Jacksonville Jaguars going against the Philadelphia Eagles.
Ugh.
Eagles are, I'm already gooing about this too as well. Like, I'm definitely taking the under on this one, but the Jags aren't the Jags of old, and I don't know about, so I don't think this could. I'm not taking the 6.5. I'm not taking that at all. I think it's going to be no, I'm not. I think it's going to be a closer game than everybody thinks it's going to be.
I agree.
Yeah.
I got to tell you,
Peterson revenge game.
Yeah, that's true.
I know. I got to tell you, I'm really stoked to watch this one. Although Hurts has been lighting the world on fire, which I hate. I mean, I loathe the Eagles. I hate them.
Really?
Oh God. It's the only stadium now. I went to a Falcons playoff game way back in the day when the Eagles had Vic. And I mean, I just can't. I thought I was going to get beat up.
Yes.
In Philadelphia. Worst fans. I was the coldest I've ever been in my life. And beer was freezing in the cup holders. And it was just, the Falcons got crushed. It was when Brian Dawkins hit Algie Crumpler so hard that he basically walked to the sidelines for the TV timeout, and as soon as he hit the sidelines, he fell down like completely. I don't know if he passed out or what, but he was just, his coconut was shaking, dude. He was done. So I'm man, I just want so bad in every just aortic valve in my heart to have Jacksonville beat Philadelphia. I want it so bad.
I'm taking the Eagles, but I don't know about the points. I'm not taking the points on this.
No, I'm not taking the points.
Yeah, I'm not taking.
I mean, I'll take. I mean, if the line moves or changes, I mean, we have it at 6. Is that what we're looking at?
6.5.
6.5. Ooh, that hook! You get me 7. Maybe I get after that. I don't know, but I want Jacksonville to win today so badly, so badly.
Me too.
God,
it's not going to happen. But
I don't know if it will or if it won't. We'll see.
We can dream. All right, the New York Jets are facing the Pittsburgh Steelers today. I know it's another ew game. Steelers are a 3-point favorite. The over/under is 41. I don't like any of this at all.
Return of Zach Wilson.
Can it be no? Is he?
I have not seen.
We have an update on the injury report yet. Chip?
I mean, he was targeting week 4. We'll have to look at one. Or not one. Excuse me. We'll have to look at what 3 or no 2:30.
I'm looking at the lines like for the next few games. I don't like any of them at all. Like,
also look at the over/unders too. They're all just horrible. They're low 40s. Some of the other ones later today. So
I don't like it. Let's go through them all. Like this line for the Jets Steelers. Goo on this one. What do you guys think on this?
Goo. I mean, I just I am like so not excited for this game. I don't know. I guess under and
that's the only thing I like about this.
Yeah.
Take the under. I like it.
All right, Cardinals Panthers. I don't like this at all either.
Carolina is awful. I hate them, even though I have Christian McCaffrey and he finally did well for me. But I think Arizona wins. That's about all I like in this one.
Yeah, I don't like any of it.
It's gross. No. What is it? 1? It was at 2. So
it's
no.
1 for right now.
No.
All right, and our next matchup, the Patriots and the Packers. The Packers come in as a
10, right?
9.5.
9.5, I think.
I don't know. I don't like that. No, I think it's going to be way closer than that. Way closer.
Well, Mac Jones is out, so start accordingly.
Give me Brian Hoyer. I'll be all right.
With who, though? Who's he throwing to?
That's the only other.
He's throwing to Randy Moss. He is coming back from retirement.
Of all the ones to hate, I hate this one the least. I think Green Bay probably covers.
Okay. So you're okay. All right. The Broncos and the Raiders. I don't like this one either. The Raiders have been so underwhelming this season, and then the Broncos. I think the Broncos will ever get it together with the way they're playing right now. I don't like this.
I mean, this is another game like we talked about. It's going to be really close. You got all sorts of situations today. New England not starting their starter. Denver, Russell Wilson. You're like Carmen Sandiego, dude. Where are you? I don't know. You play bad, then you win. I mean, this is it. I think this is it. Like, if you can't get it together against the 0-3 Las Vegas Raiders, it might have been a bad decision for Denver to sign you and keep you. So
a $235 million mistake.
Yep.
Ooh.
Which I don't know how I really don't know how you navigate backwards from that one. So
maybe Chad Powers was right. They should have signed the kicker for that much money.
Chad Powers is always right.
Yes, Chad
in
Powers
my book
is the man.
So who are you, Nikki? Who do you like in this game? Who are you taking? I got to ask.
I am going to take the Raiders to win.
You are?
I am. Yeah, I just can't see them like going 0-4, and it's just not working in Denver with Russell Wilson.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's like a Nathaniel Hackett thing. Like, I just don't know what the deal is. It's not working.
I don't know.
I actually dropped Russell Wilson in one of my leagues.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
Wow.
Yeah. I dropped him because it's just
bold.
Well, there's so many. Well, this is like a person like dumb league where you can just pick up all stars and stuff like that. So I just dropped him because there were so many other options I could pick. So let's go to our next matchup, which is my Tampa Bay Buccaneers playing the Kansas City Chiefs. The Bucs are actually coming in as a 1-point favorite.
That's
the over under is 46. Yeah, I'm agreeing on this.
I think that's pretty silly, actually. I would take the point and run with Kansas City.
I would too. I don't see how they could justify this having the Bucs being a 1-point favorite. I mean, maybe because they're at home. Yeah, no, they're not even. Maybe. Are they? Yeah, they're at home. Yeah,
no, they're at home.
Yeah, so I'll take the Chiefs on this one. Sorry, Bucs fans. I'm taking the Chiefs all the way. I'll take them. I'll take the +1. I'll take them winning the game. And I'm going under on this one. I'm going under 46 for this.
Dude, this is another over-under is kind of a weird. I mean, the Bucs have been playing well. Kansas City is starting.
Well, hold on, Chip. The Bucs have been playing well defensively.
Yeah, defensively. That's what I meant.
Yeah. Okay.
So, I mean, I can definitely. I don't know. I'm going to take the over, just praying that Tom Brady, Mike Evans, you're going to have one guy back that you can hook up with, hopefully. And I have both of them on my fantasy team. So yeah, I'm going to take the over because I need points, Turkey. Come on. I need some points.
Speaking it into existence. That'll help.
Yes. Give me the over and give me, on the spread overall. I mean, you take Chiefs. You get the 1 point and you ride off into the sunset.
Yeah. Nikki, how do you like this matchup?
Yeah, no, same. Take the Chiefs, the points, but I will go like slightly under because Tampa Bay does have a really good defense, but offensively, I don't know.
Porous
yeah,
offense.
Not great.
Because
none of these games are great for betting this week. I don't like it.
All very tight lines.
Tight.
I mean, we went through the past couple of games where we had spreads that were a field goal and under.
I wish I had the goo thing created because I'd be hitting goo every single match.
Goo.
All right, and then tomorrow night for the marquee matchup, the matinee is the LA Rams and the San Francisco 49ers. San Fran coming in as a 1.5-point favorite. The over-under is 42.5. Gosh, don't like it.
Don't like it, and I will not touch it. I would not touch this game. No way.
Have you guys seen that meme where that stick figure's like pointing the other guy and just come on, do something like that's the whole slate of games has been that. Yeah. That's what it is. Like, just
collectively, we don't like this week 4. That's what Channelside Bets is giving you.
Yeah, we seems like a lot of unders this week. I mean, the highest over/under I think we looked at was supposedly going to be the Miami game, and then after that, it's the Bucs and the Chiefs.
Yeah.
So
week 4 can go away. I don't like this at all.
Yeah.
No.
Go away.
No.
All right. Those have been the matchups and the lines for this week. Please bet accordingly and please bet responsibly. If you have a betting problem, please call one of the hotlines at DraftKings, FanDuel, and all the other betting sports sites have on there to get some help today. Bet responsibly, everybody. All right, let's do our start sits for this week. Who do we got for definite starts and definite sits for this week? Chip, what do you got?
I like Derek Carr. He's value on DraftKings. He's projected to get like 20-something points. I am probably going to talk myself into the Raiders. I looked at that over/under while we were sitting here, and I was like, man, you got to be able to do it. Still got Devontae Adams, and Derek Carr has just been cheap all the time, pretty much on DraftKings. So you got to start him.
And sits, what do you got?
Sits, I mean, I don't like Marcus Mariota today, even though he's a pretty good value on DraftKings. I think the Falcons are going to continue to hopefully find an offensive identity. Drake London's doing pretty well. Kyle Pitts got involved last week, but Mariota, yeah, you're dead to me.
Nikki?
Okay, so starts. I gave you 2. I said Khalil Herbert, Saquon Barkley. I like Kyle Pitts this week, right? So Falcons are finally figuring out how to use him. And the Browns pass defense isn't great. So I do like Kyle Pitts this week. And if you got CeeDee Lamb or thinking of getting him, you should absolutely spend the money and grab CeeDee Lamb, especially with Gallup back. That's going to be a good matchup. I do not like J.K. Dobbins this week. I don't like Miles Sanders this week. And I don't like any Patriots wide receiver, whoever that may be, even if they are a value.
I've got a start as Isaiah McKenzie from the Buffalo Bills. He could have had 2 touchdowns last week if it wasn't for Josh Allen throwing the ball into the ground of the last play of the game. I definitely think he's going to fill in nicely as that slot receiver, so I have him as a start against the Baltimore Ravens. For my sits, I have multiple ones, and I'm sure you guys know where I'm going, is any Tampa Bay player named Leonard Fournette. I would even sit Tom Brady, to be honest with you.
Don't
sit
tell
Tom
me
Brady.
that, dude.
I'm sorry, Chip. Sit Tom
I can't.
Brady. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sit Tom Brady. Sit him.
It scares me.
Sorry. Sit him. Those have been our starts.
This will be the week he goes off when you sit him.
Yes.
And that's what always happens. So I don't know. And I know I just mentioned a smidgen ago about the over-unders. Buffalo and Baltimore actually have the highest. I think they're at, 50 or 49?
Oh.
That might be, I think, the exciting
50.
game for this week.
Yeah, why is that the 1:00 game? It's like it should be like game of the week, I think.
Well, I would agree with that.
Well, because it's the Super Bowl rematch. That's why you have to put the Chiefs and the Bucks.
Oh, right. Well,
Super Bowl rematch.
I guess.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be lackluster. So
yes, that's the word of the day.
Lackluster.
Yes,
and porous.
I like it.
And inept. Lackluster.
He's used porous too a lot. That's another good one.
Porous.
Yes.
All right, before we get on to our lock of the week, Nikki, you were the loser once again for Pick'em. So let's go to profess your love.
All right. Well, this week I will profess my love to Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy. So Mike McCarthy, I really admire the way you get the Cowboys fan base all jazzed up and hyped up by coaching this team through a great regular season and then disappointing them in the postseason. So I really appreciate that you get them all, bought in, because I really do love to see the absolute disappointment and regret that washes over this fan base in December and January. So I appreciate that. I also love the way that you manage the game and the game clock. I love your use of timeouts, and I absolutely love how you refuse to coach up this team to stop the penalties that ultimately lose you games and shoot yourself in the foot. So Mike McCarthy, I sincerely hope you are around for a few more years. Signed, the NFC East.
And that's been Profess Your Love.
That's my love.
That was so warm.
Yes, it was.
So shady.
So warm, so nice.
So warm and cuddly on
Yes.
that. Okay. All right. Let's spin the wheel of death for week 4 to see who is going to be our.
I'm really nervous about this week because there's a lot of games under 3-point spreads. Like it could go either way. So
Chip, don't worry. It's going to be like this is just see what Nikki has to do.
Have a little confidence, Nikki. Come on.
I mean, it's going to be nerve-wracking today. I can already tell.
All right. Here's our wheel of death punishment for week 4. No, come on. No.
All right, do it one more time. Come on, we gotta get that. We professed our love now a lot.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wake up juice again.
Do we want to do that again?
Yeah, I'll do another shot.
No. Let's do another one.
What? This is, you guys are crazy because.
All right, this is it. Whatever comes up, this is it.
Jersey swap. Okay, jersey swap. I like that.
Swap.
Jersey swap it is. All right, jersey swap is our punishment.
Now, how do you do that?
So we
You
can
know,
either, whoever loses will have to wear another person's team's jersey. So what we'll do is it doesn't even have to be a jersey. We all know jerseys can kind of get expensive, so we don't want to do that, but just another piece of apparel. So Nikki, if you lose, you either have to wear a Tampa t-shirt, jersey, whatever, some piece of apparel from the Bucs or the Falcons.
Or it should be like a rival. Like she might have to wear cowboy stuff.
ugh.
Or, wow,
Darn
do
it.
you want to, I don't know if I really want to do that to her. I mean, that's rough.
Well, how do you know she's going to lose? Because if I lose, I'd have to wear the Saints stuff,
have to.
and I hate the Saints.
I will pick a rival in my division and wear some sort of apparel.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I like that rule for jersey swap. Then we pick a rival in our division, and then we wear it because I'm already prepared. So that's excellent. I'm already got everything. So
I'll have to go to Goodwill, see if there's any New Orleans Saints stuff.
Bargain bin discount on
Bargain bins,
something
yes.
here. Yeah.
if
All right.
I already have a plan for when this happens. I know what I'm going to do. So
Okay. All right. Let's before we get on here, a lock of the week. Who's our lock of the week for week 4?
lock of the week for me, I think, is probably going to be. I'm going to get dangerous. I'm going to say the Buffalo and Baltimore over.
Okay.
The biggest one on the board.
I'm going to lock the Giants and Bears under.
I think that's probably good.
I'm going to do the lock of the week because all these games are shitty. God. Let's take the Kansas City. Take the +1. That's the lock of the week on that.
Yeah,
do that.
that's a good one.
Lock of the week. I like it. I like
right.
it. I wanted to go outside the box. We had low spreads this week, it seemed like. So, yeah, why not? Hopefully, Buffalo and Baltimore will slug it out here in the next 40-something minutes, 38 minutes.
All right, guys, that has been another episode of Channelside Bets. Make sure to lock in your fantasy lineups, your DFS, and also your bets before the 1 o'clock time frame. Make sure to bet responsibly, too. For myself, Nikki, and Chip, we will see you guys next week on Channelside Bets each and every Sunday at 11:30 on Channelside Sports. Make sure to go to our YouTube page and smash that subscribe button and also that notification bell. That way you get notifications on when we go live. We will see you next week. And go Bucs.
Go Falcons.
Go Giants.
Woo!